Alright, so I'm going to show you guys, given two views here, how to use a mitre line to project the third view. I'm going to draw a line straight out from the corner of the front view that snaps at 45. Holder here is turned on, and it is showing up with the dotted line at the 45 degrees. So I'm just going to draw a line straight out, doesn't matter the length, and click. So you'll remember the mitre line is a 45-degree line, and now I'm going to use that to draw lines to project the outline. So wherever the projector lines intersect the mitre line, I come straight down. Intersection O snap is this X, so that's where those two lines intersect, snap, and then drag down. Okay, so now I'm going to drag across and across. So here's the outline of my right side view. I haven't done any measuring or anything. I'm just using the mitre line and the rules of projection to outline this right side view. So I'm going to use trim. A nice trick with trim, hit enter. That makes every single line a cutting edge, so I can just click on what I want to disappear and it trims it off much faster. So there I've got the outline of my right side view, and I'm going to erase these projector lines. So now I'm going to use my surfaces layer. And we're going to go over text in more detail later, but right now you can just go to the annotation and use single line text, and it asks you to specify the start point. So I'm going to start labeling my surfaces. So I'm going to start with this surface. Start point of text height, I can just drag my cursor down to specify a height, and rotation angle, I'll just say 0, and now I have a little cursor. I can add in a piece of text. So I'm going to label this surface as A, and this surface as B. So how do I know that A and B are different surfaces? Because of the line. So this line is representing this line. So here is surface B, and here is surface A. Okay, so let's put that information up here as well. Now I'm just going to use a line to point to my surface. Okay. So let's look at our top view now. We also have some surfaces in our top view that I want to identify. This surface D and this surface E. So let's transfer those into the front view. So where is surface C in the front view? And then D is this surface here. E is this surface up here. Now let's start taking a look at our right hand side. So I'm going to switch back onto my construction lines layer, and I'm going to project this line across and this line straight down, because somewhere, somehow, this change of direction, this change of face, this change of surface needs to show up on my right side view. So looking at the front view, we see that surface A is farther back than surface B, okay, and we also see that surface E is higher than surface D, and surface E extends all the way up to the top of the shape, and it extends out this direction. Okay, so I'm going to go onto my visible lines layer, and I can fill in from here, across, and down, because what I'm showing is the front side of surface E. So let's label that as surface F. Okay, so now where is surface F on my right-hand side? This big box, right? So I'm just going to copy this rather than making another piece. So let's put it up here in the corner. So now let's think about what's going on behind surface F. So here's our surface F. What's going on behind it? Do we have some hidden lines or anything that we need to show? So we need to show that this edge is cutting through, and we also need to show this hidden line here as well for the holes. So back onto my construction lines layer. First, let's take a look at the hole. So I'm going to project from the edges of the hole. Then I'm going to bring that straight down. Okay, I'm going to erase these, keep my drawing clean. So how do I know how high that hole goes? Where do I project that information from? Right, from the front. So that hole here that I just drew is this hole right here, shown by these hidden lines. So I can project across here to find out how high that hole goes. So onto my hidden lines layer, draw a line, and I'm going to draw my hidden line across there, representing this edge in here. And then I'm going to fill in my hidden lines for the hole. Okay, so now I can erase these. And now I have my hidden lines behind my surface F. Okay, so now we have one more surface here. And we're going to call that one G. So I'm just going to copy this. So now we have to project the information for surface G down into the right-hand side. So let's go back onto construction lines layer. So what's different about surface G than surface F? Is it the same height? Yes, it's shorter. So how do we know that it is shorter? Because surface G is coming out of this notch here. So this line here is representing the side of surface G. So we're going to project this line across again. And then now I can go back to my visible lines layer. And I'm going to project in, trace in the lines for surface G. So let's fill that in. Okay, so there's surface G. So what's going on behind surface G that we might need to show? Hidden lines for this circle, right. So once again, construction line layer. We're going to project across and project down. Whoops, that didn't snap right. There we go. And we'll project the edge across and we'll snap down. So I now have a hidden line that is behind my object line. So what did we learn yesterday about precedence of lines? Which one is going to show up? Yes, the hidden line is going to be behind the object line because the object line takes precedence. So now back to my hidden line layer, line, draw in that line, and then the other hidden line would be behind here. And I'll erase these. So now I'll just move this guy over here a bit. There. So now we have surface G filled in. So there is one more piece we need to fill in. We need to figure out what's going on up here. So what's going on behind G other than the hole? We have this surface showing behind it. Okay, and that carries on. This surface carries all the way back. So we can simply fill in these lines to represent the back of this surface here. So this surface actually extends back here as well, and that's what that hidden line is representing. It's representing this line, but there's also this one here. Okay, so there we have our right side view. So now I will unfreeze my image layer, and there we have what the object looks like.